Hi guys, I am here with Bryan Dulaney, a very good friend of mine and also a serial entrepreneur who takes his health very seriously. And he travels all the time. And he shared with me a ritual recently that he uses to promote self-love anywhere he goes. So I wanted him to say hi to you guys and share what he does with you so that you can learn from one of the best.
Thanks, Jess.
Yeah.
And this is a little bit of a vulnerable conversation we're having today.
Yeah.
Self-love is not a normal conversation that I have. You know what I mean? So, we just started talking about it today, right?
Well, yeah, we've had many
We've
spiritual conversations,
That's
but yeah, this isn't something that you typically talk about to
It's a
the
surprise.
public.
It's a surprise, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk. So what I want to talk about is self-love, and I want to talk about it from the perspective of traveling as well, because I happen to be traveling when I started this ritual. Okay. So I was in Orlando, Florida, and I was over there helping a vacation company go to the next level. That's what I do. I help people scale and go to the next level, right?
In their business.
Yep.
Yep.
And so I was over there, and I was really getting into Epsom salt baths. So I went to go get an Epsom salt bath, and I was taking Epsom salt baths for myself, like just to release the tension and toxins out of my body as I was from working out. And then I began to infuse essential oils, and I began to infuse other things into the bath, which I'm going to share with you in a minute. And I created what's called a lavish love bath.
I love that.
Lavish love bath. So what I did is I went down to Lush. There's this brand called Lush. You know Lush?
Where can people find Lush?
Lushbrands.com. Lush, it's Lush. I don't know.
Lush. It's a soap and body product brand.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then for those of us in San Diego, it's down at Fashion Valley Mall, but they definitely are online. They're all around the world. I mean, I first learned about them in Hawaii. When I was in Hawaii, there's a Lush brand there as well.
Okay.
Anyway, so they have these things called, they have these bath bombs.
Oh yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
So I took the Epsom salt, threw the bath bomb, put in the water, threw some Epsom salt, some essential oils in the bath, and then I said, you know what? I think I need to go get some flowers. So we went down to Whole Foods, got a dozen roses, put the dozen roses next to the bathtub, turned on some. I think at the time, the first time I did this was like some like Andre Bocelli, which I love, and
Awesome.
and just I believe in loving yourself. It was a moment that I had when my dad was going through like just this hard time, and I told him, I said, Dad, go to the mirror and say, I love you 100 times. And at that moment, I had never done it myself, but I had got that intuitive hit to tell him to do that. And I said, I need to do this for myself. And until that moment, I had never done that before. I'd never said, I love you 100 times to myself, ever. And it was really an awakening process for me, because what happened was I began to see the entire community was in Delray Beach, Florida, when this first experience happened. The entire community, it's almost like everyone was loving. It was like the most surreal experience ever.
Well, also what you perceive, is very much affected by your mindset and where you put, where you decide to live really in your head. And you've consciously decided to live from a place of love.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that was like, it was all around the same time, right? It was like all around the same time when I just began to like embrace love, and loving myself. I believe that you can, until you first learn to love yourself, then you can truly love others.
Yeah.
And so it's easy. You can do it anywhere in the world, wherever you're at. You just need some Epsom salt. You can add in a lavish Lush bomb, or whatever you want to call it. They have some cool ones. But if you're sticking with the love theme, they totally have like, there's one called Sex Bomb. That's fun.
Nice.
It's pink. It's got a heart in it. And anyways, but try it and go grab some roses. But be mindful when you take the roses in. Like what I do is I take the rose and I peel the petal away, and then I throw the rose into the tub. And so the tub is like basically loaded with rose petals. But I'm mindful about the experience, and I just inhale the essence of the rose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can do this anywhere.
Yeah, and there's something about taking rituals that you have at home on the road with you. So you can do this with meditation, you can do this with any mindset tool, and I just absolutely love that you have shared this today. And thank you for doing that because, I mean, like you said, it's a pretty vulnerable place to be. You're not just a guy, you're a businessman. And the truth is, though, that no matter who you are, what you do, everybody needs mindset, right? Everybody comes from a mental space in one form or another. And if you want to up-level your business and if you want to up-level your life, you want to up-level your mindset. That's pretty much the only way to do it. And Bryan, your mission is to help people automate a life worth living. Can you tell everyone a little bit about that?
Yeah, so when I started my business, I have an internet business. I started it in 2006 at Liberty University. And what I loved about the idea was that I can be anywhere in the world and I can make money. Like I can totally create my life the way I desire it to be. And so what I created later on in my business as the business went on is I created what's known as a perfect funnel system. And that system has given me the ability to automate my life so that I can do fun stuff like, travel to Hawaii for a month or whatever, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So that's what that's all about.
And the more you live it, the more you're able to help other people achieve it.
Right.
And the same with you guys. The more you live your truth and the more you live the life that you actually desire, the more of an example you are to everybody else around you. And the more that is fuel for the fire of, the life that you want and pushing you towards the life that you want. So I hope this was helpful. Bryan, any last words?
I don't think so. Love
Thank
yourself.
you. Love yourself. Yes. Self-trust, self-worth, all of it. It's huge.
And try, and this was be my last word here, is go to the mirror now and say, I am love, I love you. And just do it 10 times. You don't have to do it 100. 100 is a little excessive. But just try it. Look yourself directly in the eyes and say that and see what happens.
Go do it. I love it. Thank you. You can find Bryan at whoops, at bryandulaney.com. I will put it in the post above. And thank you so much for watching. Go try that out. And if you're thinking, oh, that's silly, I challenge you to go try it anyway and try it first before you decide that it's a silly thing to do. So cool. Thanks.
Awesome.
Bye, guys.